Okay, good morning everyone. This is Hannah Filisabilie, 19 years old from Purao, Mungkayo. Our topic for today is about education and emergencies. Education emergencies. When it comes emergency situations, through the recovery, quality education provides physical, psychosocial, and cognitive protection that can sustain and save lives. So, education emergencies ensure dignity and sustains life by offering safe spaces, learning, where children and youth who need other assistance can be identified and supported. Quality education saves lives by providing protection from dangers or exploitations of a crisis environment. When a learner in a safe learning environment, maybe he or she likely to be sexually or economically exploited or exposed to the other risks, such as forced or early marriage. When a learner is in a safe environment, for example, he or she is likely sexually or economically exploited or exposed to the other risks, such as force on early marriage. Education opportunities also mitigate the psychosocial impact of conflict and disasters. By providing them a sense of routine, stability, structure, and hope for the future. By strengthening problem and coping skills, will be learners will be able to make informed decisions about how to survive and care themselves and others in dangerous environments. Schools and other learning spaces can act as an entry point for the provisions of essential support beyond the education sector. So this is protection, nutrition, water and sanitation, and health services. In terms of emergency situations, we need to prepare, after response, and recovery. So having a system in place to prevent, prepare, respond, recover from emergencies. Those children that are affected in disasters and someone respond to reach out, help like food, shelter, so that they will recover. So emergencies such as natural disasters such as floods and earthquakes and human-made crises such as civil strife and war. The latter also called complex emergencies. All emergency situations have an adverse impact on education. So, looking back, 2012, the Bagyong Pablo also affect the education. So, it's hard for us to access on how we can learn, how student can learn because of the situation. Education helps meet psychosocial needs of children and adolescents. And it is also a tool protecting and providing safe space for children and emergencies, a tool for social cohesion. Education emergencies. It provides a channel, new skills and values such as peace, democracy, environmental, conversation, human rights, and conflict resolution. Next, safe spaces and recreational activities. So, in emergency situations, we have these safe spaces. Of course, sports and play groups, music, art, drama, and other expressive activities that can help children. Storytelling also and oral history. non-formal and formal education. So first is non-formal education. Beginning, this is literacy and numeracy activities, which is words and numbers activities. Survival education, which we call health education, landmine awareness, such as HIV awareness, youth groups including per-study groups to promote development of social and cognitive skills. A formal education, reintroductions of the curriculum-based and primary and secondary education, continuations of survival education, establishment of a system to attract and retain non-school going children. So that's informal education. In recreational kit, sports is an effective trauma therapy for children displaced by war and natural disasters. So, the composition of this kit has been a challenge because of regional and cultural differences in children's sports activities and games. In education emergencies, there is some issues. So, those issues and emergency situations, there is usually a shortage of teacher. Shortage of books and supplies is common in emergency classroom. Why education emergencies is important? So, some asking just that why is it a lifeline for children in emergencies? Education is about more than the right to learn. Schools protect children from the physical dangers around them, including abuse, exploitation, and recruitment into armed groups. So, education provides children with life-saving food, water, healthcare, and hygiene supplies. Is there a right to education in emergency situation? Um, for me, it's a yes. Human rights are universal and they apply even in emergencies. The right to education is both a human right for an enabling right. Education provides skills that people need to reach their full potential and to exercise their other rights. So, such as rights to life and health. For example, once a person can spread safety warnings about landmines, he or she maybe knows to avoid and field littered with mines. Basic literacy also supports the right to health. It enables people to read medical instructions from doctors and to correctly follow the dosage directions on medicine. Providing quality education to all is primarily the responsibility of national authorities delegated to ministries of education and local authorities. All in all, quality education is that is available, accessible, acceptable, and adaptable. That's all for today, and thank you for listening, and God bless.